Well, all right!
And welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world famous As It Should Be Studios.
Ooh.
With Crystal's Rant.
Hello!
With Tommy Von Voigt.
Hello!
Yeah.
And we are here to discuss our favorite live albums of 1973.
Oh,
I'm gonna punch you in your face, Tommy.
we're still doing that, huh? Hey, Crystal. Ha.
Who's on first?
Oh. What?
Is it me?
Crystal's on second.
Yeah, no, Crystal's on first.
Yeah!
Crystal's playing right field.
Okay. What year is it?
1973.
Okay, yeah. So I have no runners-up, no mentions of any kind. So I'm going to start my list. Coming in at number 5, I have Yes Songs by Yes.
Interesting. I didn't know you liked Yes.
I do like Yes. So this is a triple record of craziness.
Yeah, but it's Yes doing boobly,
It's Yes
boobly,
doodly
boobly,
doodly.
boobly.
Kind of
Yeah.
sounds like doodle-doodle-doodle.
Bruford was back for a few of these songs, a few of these shows, and Alan White, who they brought in, literally had 3 days to learn their entire catalog before they went out on tour.
Oh, that's plenty of time to handle a Yes
course.
concert.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. The movie in 1975, whatever. But I'm a fan of Yes.
I did not know.
Yeah, old Yes, 80s Yes.
Ooh, I know. I fuck with 80s Yes.
Yeah, I know you do.
Well, I mean, you know.
Owner of a Lonely Heart. You can't go wrong with that shit. But yeah,
Of course you do.
I'm big on that. Coming in at number 4, I have Traffic on the Road by Traffic.
Man. You're getting
That
all
was-
froggy on us here.
I am. That was a double album with only 6 songs on it.
That's how you know that's some fucking prog.
Yeah.
They don't get more
But
progress.
it wasn't really prog. It was jazzy Traffic.
Yeah, they went through that jazz
They went through a
period, yeah.
jazz thing.
That-
So if you listen to like the Low Spark of High-Heeled Boys and that kind of thing, just imagine it more jazzy. And it works. It's good. I like it. Tommy hates it.
Sounds like some stealth jazz to me.
Eh,
You gotta watch out for that stealth
Well, there's
jazz.
nothing there for you. It's prog and it's
and
jazz.
jazz, forget it. That's
Tommy is
not
out.
Tommy
That's
music.
a no boy right
Yeah,
there.
you are OUT out.
Yep.
Coming in at number 3, I have The Living Word, which is the Watt Stacks 2 album.
I haven't listened to this.
It's really good. Now, if you're not familiar with Watt Stacks, there's at least one documentary about it. So Stax was a record label back in the 60s and 70s. Isaac Hayes was one of their number one people. So on this record, on the album cover, the graphic, it's like Isaac Hayes like, rah, all being Black Moses. And it says, 100,000 brothers and sisters turning on to being black. Telling it like it is.
That is fucking amazing.
Which is the best.
That is
It's so
amazing.
good. Like, the graphic is not so hot, but that shit is awesome. So the staple singers, Richard Pryor, Carla Thomas, Rufus Thomas, Luther Ingram, Kim Weston, Johnny Taylor, and the Bar-Kays are on this record. And the Bar-Kays smoked. They were so good. It's a great record. If you're... Yeah, watch a documentary, read up on it, Watt Stacks. It's great. It was about the Watts riots. Because black people, that's what we do, we riot. Coming in at number 2, I have Black Beauty, which is Miles Davis at the Fillmore West. It is a double album. It came out right after Bitches Brew. Dave Holland and Chick Corea are in this version of his band, and it is pure jazz rock fusion. And it is really, really good. If you're in... I don't know how many people are into Chick Corea and Dave Holland. I mean, they're legends. And with Miles Davis, this is chef's kiss. I love this record. But coming in at number 1, my favorite live album of 1973 is Live at Carnegie Hall by Bill Withers. And
every single list there's a Live at Carnegie Hall.
Everybody
Live
was at
Fillmore
Carnegie Hall.
East. It's like, oh wait, which one is this?
But yeah, like the Carnegie Hall thing, I think that it was it was definitely a thing where they started letting in pop artists.
Yeah.
Because they needed to make more money. I mean, they only have but so much of endowments there.
Well, by then it was no question like that this wasn't some phase. It was like they realized it was still going like this.
Yeah,
so
like
they wanted
they're
a piece of
money
that
makers.
pie.
You know, they're gonna have Aretha Franklin, they're gonna have Bill Withers, they're gonna have Chicago, who, whatever, and make that fucking money. So, the song for me off of this album is "I Can't Write Left-Handed," which is a song about the Vietnam War. Amazing lyrics. And, he does the hit Use Me and Ain't No Sunshine and Grandma's Hands. It's, I think it was recorded really well, and it was an amazing performance. So that is my number one live album for 1973.
That is
All
a
right.
full throttle Muppet nod.
All right.
Good.
Yeah,
Good,
all
right.
Good shit.
All right. Well, we'll be right back after these messages.
Yeah.
Well, all right, we are back.
We're back, yeah.
All right, I guess that's my turn then. It's my turn.
It's your turn.
Over to you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have a mention. It's a mention, and it kind of goes like this. Genesis Live.
Oh, that is some boodly doodly
Now
doodly.
that shit goes.
Yes. Is this the period in time when Peter Gabriel was still dressing up as a flower on stage?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
But it was good. I kind of like that stuff. The thing I like about the early proggy Genesis stuff is that it's kind of creepy.
It's super
It's
creepy.
weird. It's like it's oddly creepy.
That's the Peter Gabriel.
It's very
That's Peter
sinister
Gabriel,
and
but
dark, yeah.
well, there's also a lot of Mellotron and stuff on it, and which really takes you down that road. And but
That's good.
Anyway, but my number five, the Cannonball Adderley Quintet with Inside Straight. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tommy's favorite. See, he loves it. Told ya. Yeah.
Hated it.
Yeah, it's just an album that I hadn't heard before, but so I think Tommy touched on this, and you go through these lists of all the live albums that came out in a given year, and 9 out of 10 albums is a fucking jazz album.
Yeah.
Every time you see a title, it's like, okay, I don't know what that is. Gee, let me guess.
Jazz.
Oh, there we go, jazz.
Jazz.
And then I kind of thought, well, you know what? I mean, I like jazz. It's not like I don't like it. I'm just not so deep in with it to where, like, this is a little bit daunting. There's too much jazz here for me to even, it's too much for me to even try. But I kind of went, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to start clicking on things. And I went around, I started going through a few things, and I found stuff. And this was one of the things I was like, oh, yeah, okay, you know what?
Yay.
Boom. But my number 4, War Live. War.
Yeah.
I love War. This is one of those albums where some of the tracks are pretty overlong, a lot of long jamming, but the thing about War is that they are such a distinct sounding band.
Yeah.
Even when they're stretching out and doing
They
like
still
this
sound
12-minute
like
fucking version of a song, it's so distinctly War doing their thing. It doesn't sound like just
Anybody
a bunch
else.
of randos noodling, So it works. But number 3, Jefferson Airplane with 30 Seconds Over Winterland.
Oh.
Now, this is one of those albums.
I could not.
You have to be a fan. Now,
Crystal's reaction.
no. You know, I 100% understand why you would not like this album, and I don't love it. But I love Jefferson Airplane, and there are a lot of things about this that I can do. I don't know.
You can get past that shit.
Yeah, you know, I can't blame even for a second somebody for just being like, oh, no. no. It's not too far off from, well, it doesn't sound like the Grateful Dead, but I can understand why you would dislike it for the same reason you might dislike the Grateful Dead.
Thank you. It is very Dead-ish.
It's that San Francisco sound.
Yeah.
But number 2. Now I almost feel like this is cheating, but it is a live album. But it is genuinely a live album. Time Fades Away by Neil Young. Now this is an album of entirely new songs, but they were recorded in concert. And it's actually one of my favorite live Neil Young album, or one of my favorite Neil Young albums.
Yeah, that counts.
It totally counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 1. My number 1.
Oh,
It's Glasses Off. It's Glasses Off.
Glasses Off for a 1973 live album, huh?
Wow. Engine Trail. Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
Square Biz.
Bill Withers live at Carnegie Hall. Oh, God, yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
You guys both had that at number 1, right?
I think we both did. Yeah, we both have it at number 1.
It's great.
Yeah, that album is fucking amazing. I mean, Bill Withers is great. His songs are great. He's great live. But that's a really great recording, like you said. Great versions of the songs. All of the banter between songs is great.
Yeah.
Like his whole thing before Grandma's Hands, you know, and he's, you know, it's kind of like, and it's a really great monologue where he's funny but also kind of touching at the same time. It's like, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I mean, it's not as good as Who Likes Orange Juice? But, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I brought my pistol with me today. Yeah.
Nobody's as good as that.
Yeah. But, you know, Bill tries. He tries.
Yeah, he was
tries.
good. In his own way, he was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Come on, Tommy.
Oh, my God.
Well.
Oh, you want to try to go to break first, or?
Hey, Jeff. Come on over here for a second.
What's up?
Look in there.
Pants!
Wow, a car with pants.
Introducing the Levi's Gremlin with seats of the pants.
Look at this. Orange stitching and buttons.
It's even got the Levi's tab on the front seat.
The rest is pure Gremlin. Styling, economy, 6-cylinder engine, and it's backed by the Buyer Protection Plan. Levi's Gremlin, the car that wears the pants. At your AMC dealer.
The car isn't bad either.
Magnavox presents Odyssey, the electronic game of the future. Odyssey easily attaches to any brand TV, black and white or color, to create a closed-circuit electronic playground. Odyssey gives you all the exciting action of hockey and 11 other challenging play and learning games for the entire family. Odyssey, a new dimension for your television, now at your Magnavox dealer. He's listed in the yellow pages.
All right, hate list.
Okay, Tommy.
All right. No, not hate list. It's time for my
sorry,
actual list.
That's what you two's going on, but if we have to get to the 80s.
Oops.
All right. So my list for 1973, I have now the roller coaster is back up again, and I have 7 albums.
Wow.
I do.
You do. Okay.
Okay, my number 7, The Temptations with The Temptations in Japan.
I thought about that.
Hot. That record is hot. My number 6, Ike and Tina Turner with Live, The World of Ike and Tina Turner, which I did make a note saying it perhaps is a little long, and some of it is unnecessary, which is why it didn't rank a little higher. Yes.
I agree.
But that's a problem with most live albums. So
I mean, it really is. I can't just single out that one.
Yeah.
My number 5, there is a caveat following this one,
Uh-oh.
so I request that you wait. My number
Don't
5.
applaud until you're completely
My number
finished.
5 is Eric Clapton's Rainbow Concert by Eric Clapton. Caveat: only if you like Eric Clapton. And I'm not even saying that I love Eric Clapton. I'm just acknowledging that if you do, this is actually a kick-ass live album. Okay? Okay? I'm saying that was my caveat. That was my caveat.
But you don't like him.
He's not bad on this.
Okay.
He's not bad on this. He has been, to me, I can't say Eric Clapton has always been crap. And I'm damn sure not going to be like, Clapton is God. Because oftentimes Clapton is fucking mediocre, and sometimes he's just outright a prick. But there have been moments, outright a prick, and like obviously a prick. But there have been moments in his career when it's like, oh, I think I might get the Clapton thing, and then like he moves on to the next moment in his career, and I'm like,
then you get the clap.
I don't. Why is this? Why does anyone give a fuck about this guy? And then like there'll be several albums of I don't understand why anyone gives a fuck about this guy, and then he'll like put something out, and you're like, oh, I think I get it again, and then before long, he makes it so I don't get it anymore. This is one of those moments where I kind of get it, and I acknowledge that this is actually a really strong live album.
Okay.
But there's that caveat.
Well, to be fair, I did not listen to it.
Okay.
I'm sure you understand why.
Of course, I understand why.
I don't like Eric Clapton.
I don't blame you for not listening to it. Yeah.
I tried to give it a chance.
Just was a no boy.
No boy.
Well, moving on to my number 4, which also has a caveat, and that is Yes songs by Yes, and the caveat only if you like Yes, because if you don't fuck with Yes, you are not going to want to fuck with Yes songs.
I fucks with Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, this is an interesting list.
Even if you're just a maybe on Yes, Yes songs might be a little too much Yes for you. All right, my number 3. I kind of threw him some shade in 1970, but here they have a live album that I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty goddamn good, and that is the Beach Boys in concert. The 1973 one. It's actually a really strong live album.
Well, at that point, they kind of grow into that sort of 70s concert version of the Beach Boys. They're not sort of the rinky-dink, we're on a TV show Beach Boys.
No, this is like
they're
proper,
like
this
70s
band has
concert
muscle.
ready at this point,
Yeah, they sound energized, enthusiastic. They seem to give a shit about the songs they're playing.
Yeah.
Like they sound like they want to be there. Mike Love is not obnoxious.
You know what's funny about the Beach Boys for me is that I would always rather hear them studio records than live.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Anybody would.
Not to say that they're bad live, but my preference is just studio records. I don't really care about hearing them live.
But for this live album, it's like, oh,
No,
this,
it's
now
good.
It actually works.
Yeah, it
live,
works,
When
but I'm
normally
just-
it wouldn't.
Yeah, still I'm like,
Yeah, like the one from 1970. That's why I said this is kind of pointless, because it's like all the songs you love, but just they don't sound that good.
Yeah.
And they didn't have like that magic of a live recording. This one kind of does.
Yeah.
My number 2, another album recorded at the bitter end. The Isleys Live, the Isley Brothers.
Yeah, that is good.
Yes. And then my number 1, shocker, released in spite of John Fogerty's strong objections, Creedence Clearwater Revival live in Europe. Oh, and this was done when they were a 3-piece because his brother had already bounced. So it was just John holding down the fort on all guitar parts, and you know what? He's killing it. Yeah. This is actually a really fucking solid live album. They sound good.
Yeah, well, again, if you like them. I mean, I like them. But, yeah, you're right. That's kind of like right at the end. They were just like 5 minutes away from breaking up when they did that.
Yes, I think this was the Pendulum Tour, was when this was recorded.
And it was before they did that final album.
Before they did the final album, when he was like, fine, you
Pendulum
fuckers
has Tom Fogerty on it, but
then he left,
afterwards,
and this is the tour, and they recorded this on that tour, and it was before they did the album, where he was like, fine, you fuckers want to write songs?
Yeah.
See how it goes.
They didn't tour for that album.
No, they sure didn't.
They did not tour for that record.
So, but yeah, you're right, this is right, like,
Like, yeah.
But they brought the goods live, man, still. So, even without his brother. But that's me for 73.
All right.
Well, all right.
Ah, yeah.
Ruby Designs, Super Designs. You make them all with the world-famous Spirograph, or the deluxe set, Super Spirograph. Spiromania! Snap together parts, circles, rings. Get the fever, the fabulous fever of Spiromania with Spirograph and Super Spirograph by Kenner.
Spiromania, Spiromania, Spiromania.
Okay, class. Let me see. Red knit top and jeans. Move over one. White turtleneck.
Me?
Sit up. Light orange shirt. Switch with checked pants. Print blouse and tan knit shirt. Change places. Good. Plaid dress. Sit down.
The credit for making Class 3A look good goes to Robert Hall. All the children's clothes you see are ours, and every single outfit costs less than $10 complete. Robert Hall. Good clothes that don't cost the shirt off your back.
Okay.
We're back.
Well, are we ready to hate?
Yeah. Is it me?
Who
Okay,
wants to
well,
start
Crystal,
hating?
you hate first.
Crystal.
All right. All right.
Fine.
Fine.
Fine then, if we have to.
Does anybody remember laughter?
No?
Yeah, the song remains the same. They were so out of gas.
1976.
Oh, wait a minute.
The show's in 73.
Yeah.
The
The
show
show's in
happened in
73.
73.
That throws everyone.
But the release was 73.
Oh,
The show was
sorry.
3 fucking years old. when they
Well,
finally put it
whatever.
out.
I'm still
It's,
sticking
you know
by
what? It's
I'm
kind. It's
saying.
kind of valid for either year.
Well,
Yeah.
this is their live document of 1973,
73.
even though they didn't put it out that year.
Yeah,
I mean-
that 72 tour, they were so tired. And it shows.
I mean, they've been going hard. They had been going
Really hard. And I kind of wish this didn't exist. Sorta.
Damn.
Like, I think it's not a good way to present themselves.
I mean, they had been run pretty ragged. I think this might be after Plant's second vocal surgery at that point.
And it's just like, I'm wondering, I didn't do a deep dive to see if this was a contractual record or not. But, yeah, it's just like, it's not good. I don't think it's good. It's kind of a yawn for me.
Okay. All
I
right.
think I don't think anybody would disagree. I've never really heard anybody go, "Oh my God, that is so amazing."
That's it,
People
yeah.
kind of either hate it or kind of shrug and go, "Yeah, well, you know,
Whatever. And the movie was like, it was not
great.
Not good. It was not good. It was super like hodgepodge lodge. And when I was in junior high, so this is like 78, 79, 80 into high school, when you would go to a midnight movie to see Rocky Horror Picture Show and then see Laser Zeppelin, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then they would play this, and it was just like, what is this? Because I didn't do drugs. I've never done recreational drugs. I wouldn't even drink then, you know. So my friends were like drunk and high and like, wow, yeah, what's happening? Blah, blah, blah. And I would just sit there like, oh man. And it was a double cringe because I got sick of Rocky Horror. And then this, like, I would much rather sit through Laser Zeppelin for an hour and a half because at least that was kind of cool. But yeah, I'm sticking with this at this time period. Not good.
all right,
All right.
No bueno.
all right." I only have one, so I don't really need my glasses, but I gotta make sure I have the title correct. Okay. All right. Bringing back an old whipping boy.
Uh-oh.
An old whipping boy from
Uh-oh.
old episodes.
Uh-oh.
Slim Whitman, 25th anniversary concert.
What anniversary?
25th.
Ooh.
25th anniversary,
Oh
right?
my God.
Yeah.
20?
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
God.
the
So
Slim
at that
Whitman.
point, he's thinking back to 1948 at that point?
So, yeah, you know.
boy.
Ooh.
He was
Oh,
really
boy.
big in the UK. Like the UK, really, the
Loved
people
him.
who loved like this sort of American, you know,
Americana.
kind of country vibe,
Hillbilly.
loved him. And I don't know,
That's
people like
true.
me who don't, don't. Yeah, Slim Whitman. Yeah, it was the best I could come up with for this year. I mean, obviously, yeah, there are other things that I don't like or that aren't for me, but this was the one time where I'm like, oh yeah, I fucking hate that.
Terrible.
You know, rather than it just being something that's just like not as good, you know.
I mean, I generally don't have much time at all for anybody that blew up in the 40s as a popular entertainer. So.
Yeah, Sinatra's kind of as far
The
as you're going to want to
exception.
go
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
kind of
Yeah.
the exception to the rule, but
Yeah.
until Little Richard arrived like a fucking nuclear bomb and straightened everything out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, there's some scary shit that went on in popular music prior to that.
Yeah.
True that.
All right.
All right, well, Tommy.
Over to me.
Over to you.
Well, I've got for another year in a row a bottom 6.
Whoa.
Damn.
I know.
Wow.
I did the work.
Oh, yeah. W-E-R-K.
That's right.
Put in work.
No, it's W-E-R-Q at this point.
Oh, shit.
That's the kind of work I did.
W-E-R-Q-U-E.
That's right. It's work. Work.
Work.
All right, so my number 6 worst of is Ray Charles at Ray Charles Live. Why? Because this is fucking stealth jazz. I was tricked. Turns out it's Ray Charles Live at the fucking Newport Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
Fucking stealth jazz. I warned you about the existence of stealth jazz at the top of this episode, and here we have it. Stealth jazz.
Well, to be fair, a lot of artists who play at that aren't actually jazz.
Well, but this was a fucking
that
jazz.
was-
This was jazz as fuck.
And it was great. Next, Tommy.
Oh my god. I've never felt so dismissed. Oh, thank you, Crystal. All right, my number 5, the Jackson 5 with the Jackson 5 in Japan. They sound absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
And Michael's voice is changing.
Yes, it was time to change.
Yeah, that's the problem.
To change.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
listened to this record and did not like it, but I didn't want to come after it at the same time, so I didn't put it on my list.
They sound absolutely, truly exhausted as a live unit, and they're changing the keys of the songs already. He's avoiding some notes already, and
not
I get
singing
it.
as high as he used to.
I get why you got to, but
What's he gonna do?
but then it's not as good.
And it should not have been released.
Yeah.
This should not have been released.
Yeah, that was exactly at the wrong time. They should have done a live album either the year before or a couple of years later.
after.
Yep, this is the worst. It was like a transition period, and they're like, no. My number 4, we have Elvis Presley, Aloha from Hawaii via satellite.
Oh, God.
I'll just say it. Elvis Presley was corny as fuck in concert. He was.
At that time, fuck
At that
corny
time, yeah.
beyond fucking belief.
Because he was I don't know. Like, he was not himself. He was this cartoon version of himself.
Oh, such a cartoony character. Oh, CC, Rider. Oh, CC.
Oh, God, everything's too fast.
Fucking stop. At the beat for every song is. Every song sounds like you're calling Elvis out to the stage. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, my God. Blue suede shoes. Blue suede shoes. Ain't on my hand off. Try my hand off.
Yeah. Everything was twice the speed.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, man. Elvis invented the Ramones. So go fuck yourself with that shit.
Oh, my God. All right, my number 3. We have Wet Willie with Drippin' Wet.
Oh, God, I didn't even go there.
Which is,
Wet Willie?
Yeah, absolutely tiresome fucking white boy blues. And when I say blues, I mean B-L-O-O-Z-E. Now, Wet Willie turned shit back around later in the decade with that song, I think Street Corner Serenade.
Yeah.
That's a fucking bop.
That's a good song.
I love that goddamn song.
Yeah.
But earlier in their career, they were like a jammy, bluesy kind of blues fucking disaster. It's just shit. My number 2, I hated to have to do this, but we have Don't Call Me Mama Anymore by Cass Elliot.
Oh, yeah. That's another one I just decided not to put on my list, but yeah.
Yeah, so I had written, this album annoys me. I like Cass Elliott's voice, but this entire album sounds like she's just wasting her talents. And what I want to add on to that is so picking up on something you had said a couple weeks ago about, or maybe it was you that said it was, we were talking about a Temptations album. You said it was too Vegas-y.
Yeah.
This album has that Vegas-y, show-tuney kind of vibe, and it's just like, I can't fuck with this.
That's more so. I mean, the album that we were talking about on that earlier episode where I said that, this is 1,000 times more.
This is extremely prominent. This is one of those ones where I was saying there's some that I came across and I was like, oh God, I'm not feeling this vibe at all.
Yeah,
this is one of them.
Yeah, no, I'm totally there.
I get it.
Yeah, but my number 1 worst of for 1973, Crystal, this is a gift just for you. We have At the Rainbow by Focus. Featuring an 8.5-minute version of Hocus Pocus along with a 3-minute reprise of Hocus Pocus.
See, ladies and gentlemen, I was really hoping that neither one of them would mention this, which is why I completely ignored it. My boy coming in the clutch. Thanks.
So, I got you.
Thank you.
I got you.
I didn't mention it for two reasons. One, I wasn't even going to bother to listen to it.
Yeah.
And I took completely for granted that you'd be talking about it.
Well,
Yeah, I couldn't even.
Well, I fucking listened to it. I put the work in again.
Wow, talk about taking
We're
one for the
K.
team.
I took so much
crazy.
for the team in these episodes.
God.
Jesus.
But that's why I came so correct with my lists, man. I found some abominable shit. So,
Yeah. Mama Cass, I back to that album. I
know.
I really, really hate disliking that album, but I love her. But
yes.
she just went the wrong direction
way.
after the band after the Mamas and Papas broke up.
Yeah.
She kind of started doing these really bad kind of bubblegum pop records, and then she kind of went to the schmaltzy, Vegas-y kind of thing. And
she went hard into that schmaltz.
And it's really sad that nobody could steer her in the right direction.
well, see, the problem is that she was as great of a singer and a personality as she wasn't a songwriter, so she no longer had those
that,
songs behind
yeah.
her. She's at the mercy of what all these other idiots are giving her.
But it's like, who is doing A&R for her?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know.
I don't know. When I listen to I don't know if you consider the song I'm going to mention to be one of her bubblegummy pop songs that you don't care for, or whatever. But I first got hip to her solo material long after I knew about the Mamas and Papas with the song "Make Your Own Kind of Music."
Oh yeah,
And that song knocked me on my fucking
Great.
ass.
It's fantastic.
That song still gives me chills. I think it's incredible. And there's just not enough of that. There's just truly not enough of that. And then she went in a direction. I'm like, well, there goes that.
Yeah.
And it's just a tragedy what ended up happening to her anyway. But I agree with you. I hated to have to dump on it, but it's just not good, man.
yeah.
Yeah. And that was like at the very end.
right
too.
before she died.
Yeah, so she kind of went out on that.
I know.
Yeah, which
it's really sad.
sucks.
It's really sad.
Oh well.
But
All
that's
right.
me for 73.
All right.
Right.
And that was the last of it, right?
That's
Yeah,
it.
that was it.
We're
All right.
done.
Okay. Well, let's
How good are Chun King skillet dinners? Mama Cass's mama is preparing chop suey, and Charlie Louie Chinese restaurant Mater D will taste test it.
Charlie, it's so easy with Chun King. Just add your own meat, even ground beef.
Incredible. One skillet?
Only one, sweetie. How's it taste, Charles?
Incredible.
You ought to try Chun King's pepper steak.
With sirloin?
Or ground beef, honey.
Incredible.
Chun King skillet dinners. We're not afraid of any Chinese restaurant.
Some things are more fun.
Some things are more fun
When they're shared with someone.
when they're shared with someone.
Get more great tasting fries. In McDonald's large size.
A large order of McDonald's fries. More of a good thing to share.
You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
All right. Yeah.
All right, it's time to get out of here. It's time to get out of 1973, which is never a good thing, but we must. But we must.
Never a good thing.
Make him fucking laugh and joke.
That's what you get.
I was going to say,
hands
don't
up,
worry, Paul. I'm sure we'll get back to 73 for some
I said
reason.
I'll find a way.
For some reason or another at some point. Yeah.
Paul will find a way. Oh yeah.
Stay tuned for our next series, which will be our favorite jeans of all the 70s by year. Our favorite jean cuts. But
That
okay.
only I actually wore.
Oh my god. And then you're over here with Paul will find a way. Oh, killing me. Oh my god.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching the videos, and thank you for subscribing if you have. But if you haven't, maybe consider subscribing. And if you do, click the little bell because of notifications. But come back next week because we're going to be discussing our favorite live albums of 1974. Yeah. And you know you want to see it.
Yes, you do.
So come back because we want to see you.
Yeah.
All right. See you then.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Again, I'm doing this in such
We'll
a way
see.
to where I can edit it later with or without
Ouch.
breaks.
All right.
Yeah.
With
All
or
right.
without breaks.
Without breaks.
Without breaks. Sorry, Paul.
Fuck no.
I'm not sorry.
All right, hate list.
Okay, Tommy.
All right.
Go ahead and keep it going. I just have
Okay.
hangnail here.
Clip your nails real quick before we film.
Hangnail. 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 I love music.
I love music.
Any kind of music. As long as it's swinging. Come on. Just as long as it's swinging.
You never, ever, ever fail to pick that up. To whenever I put something like that down,
I pick it up and run.
You always pick it up and run with it. You've never failed.
I love it.
Well, it's because she can hear you.
Ouch. All right.
Oh.
Well, sorry, Paul.
You know, there's that.
Oh, but tis.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Well, all right.